What's going on, people? So, got this here box earlier today, right? So, there's some shoes in here. Where's this knife? Over here. There it is. I'm going to open these up real quick. For anyone who's noticing, right? Yeah, this is a Joey Ryan shirt. I know some people have some feelings about the guy or whatever, but keep your own feelings, do whatever you want to do. But I would highly suggest, looking into some things he has to say recently, might shed some light on some stuff, whatever. It's a thing that I did yesterday, just happened to see it and was, oh, this is interesting. I'm going to read what this is, right? So then I did, and, kind of was along the lines of what one might expect happened in a situation like that. So I'll leave it to you to look more into it if you would like to. I'm not going to, try to sway you one way or the other as far as how you feel about people. But just know there's often more than you might hear from one person about a whole story. Anyway, so this box right here. I do have one other box to open up, right? But that one I will do an unboxing review of it because it's those Legend Blue 11s. I picked those up whenever the little shock drop happened. So those arrived today, but that'll probably be, I would like to do that this week because I got all my current stuff out of the way, the ASICS videos. So hopefully, maybe Friday or Thursday, I'll record the remainder of shoe videos because like everything else that I picked up all on Black Friday has arrived at this point. So just try to get that out. Anyways, let's go ahead and get this time. Like Nike sent me a box that was like just the right size. It's like this one right here. Had these two boxes in it, real nice and neat. I don't know what happened with that last round, but disgusting. So, side of the box, you can't see it quite from there, really, but believe me when I say this, they both say the exact same thing, minor difference on the sizing, right? So we're just going to pull these both out here real quick, go through this, so that way I don't really have to do like too much talking tonight, which is nice, right? Because oftentimes I end up sitting down here and going on and on for a while. Who's really trying to hear all that, right? I'm not trying to say all that, to be completely honest. So I get it if you're like not trying to hear it, right? We're one and the same in that way, I suppose. So I'm going to try to make this relatively quick. See, these right here, these are going to the parents, right? What do you call it? Christmas is coming up soon. We're going to get them some shoes, right? I got them some shoes of a similar color 2 years ago. Remember the Asics Gel Light 3 Doramu dolls? They were like white and red, because it's kind of like a Christmas sort of color, right? But that was a couple years ago. So I figured it's about time to get them something different. And since I happen to like these vomero 5s and this color happened to pop up recently, it's all just the timing of it. So that's why this is what's happening. So there you go, right? Same thing. One would be a 7 and the other would be a 10. So just looking over these real quick, make sure nothing's wrong with them. Because the hope is that I can get this review knocked out this week and then possibly get these mailed out. Actually, if I do this tomorrow, then I can mail them out on Thursday or Friday. Yeah, so I think that's going to be the goal, is to get these mailed out on Thursday or Friday. So that way they can have them before, they go out of town for Christmas things, whatever. So we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, so I'm going to use this one because why not? And then after this, I'll talk about like the other two vomero 5s that I have because honestly, I think this is a pretty cool thing and all that, but I think I'm kind of just done with it. And I only say that because I've picked up some now for the family, picked up some for me. I think it's time to move on and put mine into a different pot. You know what I'm saying? There's other models out there. ASICS has things coming around. Saucony has a few things that look quite intriguing if you're a running shoe kind of guy, which I am. Anyways, let's go. Also, real quick, yeah, check that out. Anybody ever seen They Live? That's what this shirt is from. All right, let's go ahead and knock this thing out. Right here, again, Nike Zoom vomero 5, right? In metallic silver, right? That was one of the colors. University red, that was another one. Black and white, I think. You see them, they're all there. Across the bottom, what's going on down there? Same thing as you saw before. Nothing too fancy about it, but I do like it. It's more colorful than the other ones that I picked up, I believe. Moving on up here, midsole. That, again, that same 90s style running shoe that you've seen in a million cases. Not as much going on the inside, but hey, it is what it is. It's on the inside. You're not going to notice it so much anyway, right? Hello to you, Michael Hack. Up on the upper, right? Same thing as you've probably grown to expect from this kind of thing. Got a whole lot of mesh. So far, every one that I've seen has had like this normal leathery, fake leather type of feeling material here where like the red is. And behind that, you just got a bunch of mesh, right? Because it's a very lightweight shoe, and that's part of the reason why. And it's super breathable because of that. Hey, Cactus Jack. So, anyways, moving on, I'm watching TNA Final Resolution 2009. It's streaming on their YouTube channel, and I figured I'm going to put that on in the background while I do this. So, on the inside here, right, you have kind of like a little vent sort of action going on. That's going to be the same on both sides. Some little plasticky kind of lines overlaid on the top. And then that deep down behind there, you got some mesh that isn't quite focusing, but just believe it, it's there. Moving back, more mesh all around for the most part. That part's kind of hard. That's a little stiff plastic, but it's the same thing under there. And then again, I'm going to assume based off of the look that a lot of this is 3M, but it could not be because I've been tricked before, hoodwinked even. So moving on over here, let's talk about this here lace section, right? So the laces you have on there, it's the kind of ones that you see on like the Air Max Plus, right? If you've ever seen one of those, so there's somewhere like a half between flat and round kind of thing, a little strip down the middle holding them down, and at the very top, Nike Vomero 5. See, now it wants to focus, right? See if I can bring you through this just a wee bit more while it's focusing. Oh, I think I lost it. It's kind of there and then it's kind of not, just kind of doing its own thing. Whatever. I think that's enough of that. On the inside, like I said, on the other two, you got the Bowerman series down in there, right? That's what that says, right? Yeah, Bowerman series. Forget what that guy is in relation to Nike, but somebody told me when I did the review of this one right here, which we'll talk about in just a second. So there's going to be that, right? And then this one over here, they didn't have, well, I don't know if they had like actual boy sizes, but I bought this one for my mom just in case anybody needs the math assistance or whatever. She's an 8.5 in women's, 8.5 in women's, whatever you want to call it. So that meant buying a 7 in men's, right? Now, yeah, like a men's 7 and a boy's 7, it is a little bit different, right? Because I have some boys 9.5s and some men's 9.5s, right? With Jordan 12s. The cut is a little bit different. The men's size is just overall a little bit bigger feeling, right? But for the most part, it's close enough to say that if she's needing a 7 in something, this was going to be fine. I have bought her 7 boys and other things, right? She hasn't complained. I bought her 7 men's and other things. She hasn't complained, right? Then again, they're free things, so most people aren't going to complain anyway, but just take what I'm saying and do whatever you want to do with it. So that being that, sizing is true to size, at least in my experience. So I'll leave you with that little nugget. And now, real quick, I'm going to go over these other 2 pair that I have. And like I said, this should be outside of this, both of these being reviewed, the last time I really cover a Vomero 5. So these are the 2 that I bought. This one right here being the most recent. I will say this. I didn't mention it in the live a couple days ago, but it looked a little darker online. And I don't remember if it was because like maybe the lighting made the silver look a little dimmer, right? Or if it was just that the yellow looked a little more, I don't know, mustardish, I guess would be a good way to put it. Either way, it looked a little darker online, right? I do prefer like how it looks there than like how I'm looking at it right now, but I'm not bothered by it. It's just one of those things where when you look at pictures online, if you buy enough things, you realize over time you're not always going to get like exactly what you expect. So that's just something that happened with these, right? Otherwise, I mean, I still like them all in all. They're still pretty cool in my eyes. Just, minor disappointment, if you will. This one, on the other hand, looked exactly like what I expected it to look like from the pictures, right? There was a lot of pink or hot punch, as they say, but in slightly different shades. Overall, still mostly like the main thing. And even now, as I'm looking at it in my hands on the screen, right? Yeah, it looks very much reminiscent of what I saw in the pictures, which is cool, right? So this being the first pair, because I needed something for a concert, right? Ended up not wearing these, but I liked them, so I kept them. And this one just looked pretty cool, so that's why I bought it. Now, I'm pretty sure for me personally, I'm done with the Vomero 5. I say that with about 65% confidence. And then these other 2, like I said, these will be going to the parents. So that's how that's going to work out. So there you go. They have like so many colors of these out there, right? Hopefully, if you like them, you like already knew that they existed and you were able to take advantage of like a Black Friday sale. This was not one of the ones that was on sale, but all the other things I picked up from them, minus those 11s, were on a pretty deep discount. So I didn't really feel too bad about paying full price for these. So yeah, because even like those Air Maxes, I almost bought those at retail price because I really liked them like several months ago. I just kind of didn't for some reason. So I saved a lot just on those, and then you multiply that 2 or 3 times over because that's how many other things I bought. So yeah, worked out all right in my overall opinion. It'll probably work out well for you too, as far as like the feeling of these, walking around in them and all that good stuff. Not going to get super deep into it. Just know this: I find them to be comfortable, but I can only speak on having walked around in the apartment with them. Haven't really taken them out for a real world test just yet. That was going to happen this week, and then I changed my plans as far as what shoes I'm wearing this week. So whatever. That being that, I'm going to start wrapping this thing up. If anybody has any questions you want to throw my way related to the Vomero 5s or anything else, you've got like a small window of time to do that. Because once I get this thing wrapped up and do my little outro thing, I'm done. Okay. So from me to you, have a nice rest of your day or rest of your night, whatever it is, wherever you are. I have a video set to go up in the morning, some ASICS things, then some other nonsense will be going up on Thursday. And hopefully I'll be recording these things. I would like to do it tomorrow, but I feel like I won't because I'm feeling kind of lazy in this moment. So I'm feeling like this will be a Thursday thing, but it's fine. It's fine. So there we go. There's that. Be well to you too, Mr. Marcus Robinson. I haven't seen you pop up at, well, maybe I have. I feel like I saw your name in one of the more recent lives, maybe like 2 weeks or so ago. I don't know. Forget when the last one of these was that I did, outside of the one a couple days ago. But anyway, so that's going to be it for me. If you want to see those things that I talked about, they'll be on the YouTubes and whatever. You don't have to like, subscribe, or turn on any notifications. If you watched this, you'll probably be suggested to watch that. That's kind of how that works. So that's why I don't push any of those things. But anyways, that's enough out of me. Thank you to anyone who stopped in for whatever reason, for whatever amount of time you were here. I do appreciate it. But for now, I suggest you have better things to do, and I'm going to go do them. Later, people.